Tonight on CTV News, we have a look at a design competition that took place. Plus, we have an inside look at the Women's Gender Advocacy Center.
All this plus weather, sports, and entertainment starting right now.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in to CTV News. I'm Willis Scott.
And I'm Emily Biffinger, and here's what's going on in the world of news.
Members of the Student Fee Review Board got a glimpse of the on-campus stadium progress Monday afternoon. Their tour reviewed construction progress and the members learned about special stadium features. Dan Loosbrock from the Icon Venue Group said the stadium is expected to be completed in June of 2017. The tour led them to the indoor section of the stadium. It will hold 9 general assignment classrooms. 7 of the 9 classrooms have a capacity of 35 students. The other 2 will be able to hold 100 students. After the tour, the Student Fee Review Board asked about the environmental friendliness of the stadium and the stadium's parking situation.
The CSU Board of Governors met Friday in the Laurie Student Center and received several reports from CSU Fort Collins, CSU Global, and CSU Pueblo. Executive Vice Chancellor Amy Parsons briefed the board on the stadium. Parsons said that as of Friday, the stadium has sold out every luxury option, including suites, indoor clubs, boxes, and outdoor clubs. The board will receive a more detailed plan about game day in December as part of the morning discussion. Pieces of CSU's annual safety reports were addressed, as well as CSU Pueblo addressing their struggle with retention and student enrollment rates, and has begun to focus on more donations.
Mason Street is a less traveled part of Old Town. Part of the reason Mason is less popular than College Avenue may be that trains run through it. The corridor could be getting a new look in the next few years. Urban Lab and Colorado State University are working together to better the Mason Street corridor because of the BNSF train line. Urban Lab hosted a design competition at Galvanize in Fort Collins. About 30 applicants submitted plans to improve the area between Laurel and Mulberry on Mason Street. CSU professor and Urban Lab team member Rodolfo Valdez says the train should be celebrated.
We want to celebrate why the train is going through Fort Collins. Even if some people probably don't like that or feel like it's so noisy, but it's part of the city.
Fort Collins Mayor Wade Troxell says these plans will likely be implemented.
What we do in Fort Collins is not only plan, but we execute. And what you'll see are some great things happen along the Mason corridor.
Not everyone is excited about the design plans. Local business owner Jalen Greiner is cautious about the changes.
I believe in progression and I believe in capitalism, but at the same time, I really want to see the community hold what it has.
Jesse Ledeen submitted a design with 2 other students from the University of Colorado Denver. He looks forward to seeing change on the corridor.
It was super fun to be here. I think it was a wonderful competition that Urban Lab and all the other organizations put together, and so we were super happy to be a part of it and love to see something wonderful coming out of this in the future.
For more information about the design competition, go to urbanlab.colostate.edu.
Relationship Violence Awareness Month is here, and the Colorado State University Women and Gender Advocacy Center has events and tips for students on how to change the rape culture that college campuses are known for.
The CSU Women and Gender Advocacy Center was founded in 1970 and for the past 46 years has welcomed thousands of students with open arms.
The Women and Gender Advocacy Center is one of the student diversity offices on campus. Its main goal is to support survivors of interpersonal violence. Interpersonal violence is sexual assault or abuse, domestic or relationship violence, and stalking.
We have an open door policy, and that means like not just physically having doors open, but actually having like open minds and open kind of just like having that open environment. And I think that makes it a lot better for students to come in and join and have like discussions and even just hang out in the office.
We asked Jake what the most problematic thing on campus is and how it can be changed.
It's a lot of rape jokes. I hear a lot of them like every day. Like I think I hear one once a day in like a class or like I think it's a lot of just like making light of the situation that isn't like is actually terrifying and traumatic. I engage in a conversation based on like what they said, so it's like for example, like oh, that test raped me or something. And I'll be like, well, like, did it like actually do physical harm to you, or did you just not study and do well on the test? So I think it's like almost like using their own logic against them, and just starting conversations of like, what does that mean? What do you mean by that? Why would you have to say that?
We do education about consent, sexual assault, healthy relationships.
Relationship Violence Awareness Month, which is this month actually in October. So we're doing some workshops, and it's a lot about relationship violence and just unhealthy behaviors and like kind of red flags about relationships. So.
Anyone can attend the WGAC meetings this month. They will be held at 7 p.m. every Thursday in the Laurie Student Center, room 226.
After 5 years, the Kosher Bistro in Parmeelee Dining Hall finally had its grand opening on Monday. The bistro will be the home of cultural food for the Jewish community at Colorado State University. It will also be a place for all students to eat food that they know was cleanly and safely prepared. There are currently 155 colleges throughout the United States that serve kosher. CSU and CU Boulder are the only two universities in the Mountain West that make it available. The Kosher Bistro is open in the Parmeelee Dining Hall every Monday through Thursday from 11:30 in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon and 5 o'clock in the evening to 6:30 at night. Well, I'm really interested in checking out this bistro. What do you think, Emily?
Honestly, I'm so excited to check it out, and this is amazing what CSU is doing for the Jewish community.
Absolutely. I know Rabbi Gorelick has been working on this for quite a few years, so I'm sure he's very excited, and I'm excited too to check it out. All right. Well, coming up, we have a full weather forecast with Elizabeth Prossi.
And sports and entertainment.